I'm Fletcher Brown with another artist video blog, Kicks96country.com. Our guest today, all the way from Nashville, Tennessee, by way of, well, a couple different places. Please welcome for the very first time to Kicks96country.com, Dianna. How are you?
I am great.
I love your name. I'm just going to say that. I'm just going to get that out of the way.
Awesome.
All right. Well, the thing is like you've got one of those names that the minute you see it, you think Dianna. Wait, no, that's not Dianna.
No.
There's something different about that. Oh, there's that little
tilde.
accent over the N, and it's called a tilde.
Right.
And you might wonder how that's pronounced. So,
Right.
Dianna.
Like manana.
Like
Lasagna if you can't pronounce it.
I'm gonna have to remember that. But I'm glad that you said that because a lot of folks would probably look at that, and it's country, so it's like we're like Dianna, Dan. How do you say that word there?
I'm not that simple.
No, but you do have
spice.
You actually do have quite the musical resume though when it comes out. I mean,
you.
you seem to just be like this, like a writing fiend. I think you refer to music and writing and as like your therapy.
Oh, it is.
So now you're not limited to country. I mean, you like
no.
R&B, gospel, pop, everything. Who are some of the people that you've worked with? Who are some of the people that you've worked with?
When I was 13, the Gospel Messengers from New York.
Okay.
And then 16, I did some harmonies for Amy Grant.
Oh wow.
And when going in towards where hip hop became big, I worked for Interscope and I worked with Snoop Dogg and a bunch of those people and underground rappers, and it was pretty cool.
Okay, all right. So it's not like you don't know what you're doing when it comes to songwriting music. Why did you pick country? What is it about country music that said, I've got to do that?
What I say is when you start gospel, you end country.
I can see that actually, yeah.
Well, I wrote a song for a pop artist, and then someone else said, you have this country voice, and I did do some things for with Shania Twain, some shows, and then I ended up doing a couple ballads of Karen Carpenter. I love Karen Carpenter. And if you listen to, I did 5 days of Karen, and I actually did a thing in Vegas, and I was Karen Carpenter. Because why do birds? But I can do her voice.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I love Karen Carpenter. I was actually talking to a friend of mine this weekend about that exact thing. About the older I get, the more I love Karen Carpenter.
Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah, she had a beautiful, beautiful voice.
Yes.
Okay,
Simple
so you can sing, you can write. Let's talk about where you started. Originally from Brooklyn, you said, right?
Yeah, I started with the Gospel Messengers, and they are a gospel group that's pretty amazing, and their harmonies were just beautiful, and I kind of focused on that in music, so I started using that towards singing and songs and writing gospel songs. So it kind of stayed. I was a Bible camp girl.
Okay.
I was sent to Bible camp every summer, so. So to me, it was, inspirational, encouraging.
Were you the only musician in your family, the only singer or songwriter?
No, well, like you see the first verse of this song, I found my real father. I thought I was Puerto Rican for till I was in the 5th grade, and then a man came to my school and said, "Hey, I'm here to take her home," and that was my real dad. So that was kind of weird, and find out that my real dad's from Spain. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm over here making some Puerto Rican rice, and I'm
and you're Spanish.
I'm España, yeah. So yeah, it just I don't know, it just evolved from there.
Well, okay, obviously, I mean, there's some amazing music that comes out of either of those cultures, really. Whether you're looking at, from Puerto Rico to Spain, there's some amazing music that comes out of there. So, culturally speaking, have you ever dipped into like that cultural well for your music?
Okay, so funny you should say that. Right before COVID happened, I was as the first Latin country artist, and I did some songs that were, there was Spanish and English mixed in country, but that was, it was Spanish from Mexicans, and so I said, well, it's kind of different because I'm Spanish because I'm, from Spain and Puerto Rico, so that's Latin country, not Hispanic country. Well, when COVID hit and I kept going onto the internet, people were just putting hashtag Latin country, even if they were Hispanic. And I'm like, Okay, never mind. But I do. I have a song called Andale Yeehaw.
Uh-huh.
And it's one's in Spanish, one's in English, and one's in Spanglish.
Well, there are subtle differences, and unless you speak it, you have no idea.
Right.
But there are actually really subtle differences.
Yes.
That people from the cultures, they can tell.
Oh, yeah.
And I always find things like that fascinating. Mm-hmm. All right, so you mentioned the pandemic. The pandemic hit. You were on a roll. You were doing great, and then everything shut down.
Yes.
But now you've emerged from that pandemic cocoon with the rest of us. We're all yawning and stretching,
right.
And you just hit the ground running with. You got brand new music. Yeah. Girl with No Last Name is the current single.
Yes.
All right. So I'm going to ask. That's one that you wrote.
Oh yes.
All right. What's it about? Let's explain that song to us.
Okay, so, again, I just met my real dad, and I found out my real last name was not the last name I had. Mm-hmm. So it just kind of like, wow, that could have been my last name, but I ended up with this guy, I call him a step monster in the second verse. And I don't like that last name, so I figured, let me get married so I can change my name. And then it was 10 years of abuse. So every last name I've had has had some type of a bad history. And so I said, I'm just going to be like Madonna. I'm just going to be Dianna.
So that's kind of like Dianna, or this girl with no last name. This song is kind of your story.
Oh, it says, I'm that girl with no last name.
Yeah, it's very autobiographical.
Oh, yeah.
And I think it probably comes at the perfect point in your career and your evolution as an artist, because it's like, it's almost like, it's not like you're introducing yourself, but it's like, okay, by the way, in case you were wondering, this is me.
Yeah, even the song, It's Gonna Take a Real Strong Man to Love Me. Mm-hmm. I mean, that song, I grew up watching a man cheat on a woman, saw some things a child shouldn't see. So I get to express everything in my life. And what I also say is, if you ever have a child, be nice, because you never know if she's going to be a songwriter.
Absolutely. And children have long memories.
Oh yeah.
If
you don't want to be in my song, don't do me wrong.
Outside of music, you're really, really big when it comes to like philanthropies, like taking care of people. What are some of the organizations or causes that you attach yourself to?
Yes, I did Larger Than Life, and that was the song Live, Love, and Laugh. It's for kids with cancer. I also did the song for breast cancer called Stand Up, and it still plays to this day on every Race for the Cure. I work with kids with Down syndrome every summer in June. And then at Christmas time, kids with disabilities, I work with Santa. So it's just been a lot. It's endless. I worked with women. I took 10 women off the streets, and we gave them makeovers and try to get them to go and know that no matter what happened in their life, it's not who they are. It doesn't define you.
Absolutely. Dianna is our guest all the way from Nashville right now. Are you still in Nashville? Or are you in California?
I just got to Nashville last night.
Oh, okay. So, well,
I'm working with Mark Needham. He's actually Dolly Parton's producer. And we went to LA. He has a studio there, and then we're going to meet tomorrow and finish 2 more songs that I wrote.
Yeah. Well, so 2023 is going to be like the year of Dianna.
Woo,
all right. And you heard me say that right here. All right. You watch for that.
Yes.
The single is Girl with No Last Name. If you want to hear it, make sure you call Kicks 96. We'll gladly play it for you. Dianna, if somebody has heard your story and they want to know more and they want to hear more, where do they find you on the internet?
I'm on Instagram, Dianna Country. I'm on YouTube. I am on TikTok. And I have a website, Dianna Country.
That's right. Just look for the tilde over the second end.
You don't have to on these. We made it a little simpler.
Oh yeah, no, not on the web addresses, but like just
right.
But on the images and things.
Dianna,
thank you so much for coming and visiting us.
Thank you.
All right, and best of luck with all of the work that you're doing with these causes. I love charity work, and I love just leading with love and helping everybody you can. Just using your voice to lift other people up. There's no greater call than that.
Absolutely.
All right. Look for Dianna to do a live performance elsewhere here in our YouTube channel with her accompanist John, and hopefully it won't be long before she comes back and updates on what's new with Dianna. All right?
Love to.
All right, find her on her socials, and we'll see you next time on another artist video blog at Kicks96country.com.
A girl with no last name